Hey, how's it going, guys? This is the Jet Buster here. This video is going to be about installing lead weights for the front of your Losi mini rock crawler, and also a few tips on where to locate some of your electronics to give you a little bit more weight to the front wheels. Mainly, most of the rock crawlers, when you do get one, pretty basically they have the speed controller on the top, your battery on the top. Also, your ESC is mounted underneath. I'm just going to show you a few tips that's going to make rock crawling a little bit better for you. So for instance, I'll show you a few tips. First off, I ended up taking off my front tire, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up showing you guys how to mount lead weights in your stock tires, because when you buy the ready-to-run version, the tires are glued, and they're not real true bead locks. They don't have a plastic ring inside so you can bead lock your tire, so they're really not a true bead lock tire. So I did take the tire off. I'm going to show you some of the setup that I did with my mini crawler, which works very well, which adds a lot of the weight to the front and rear axle. Yes, I do have an extra wire inside here because I do run aftermarket lights. I'll show you what my lights look like in the front here. These are the night lights for rock crawling at nighttime. That's one small little modification that I did because I do rock crawl at night. I probably will add other lights in the rear, so this way when I am rock crawling I can see all around me. And you can pretty much pick up these lights at Radio Shack or any electronic place, or you can also buy, I believe there's a couple places online that sells little miniature lights that you can put in the front, and that's all mine are, hooked to a battery. Alright, I don't need the body anymore, so I'm going to kind of give you guys an idea of how to set up your electronics. I did go with the extra large servo, which is a standard servo. The mounting plate that they give you on the stock, they don't give you enough clearance to mount a standard size servo, so I went with a standard size servo on mine. I ended up doing is taking off the mounts, zipped, double backing taping the servo, and then running a zip tie across it. There is aftermarket plates out there you can buy for the servo, so what's the sense of buying aftermarket plate, which you can see it doesn't look that crappy at all, the servo in the front. Also, they used to have the ESC mounted here on the bottom. I moved my ESC to the back, which you can see. Mounted my little switch on the side, which is right there. I did move my receiver back a little bit, and that's pretty much it with the electronics. Kind of want to move them out to the axles, more or less get the weight off the top, because when you're crawling, you get a lot of swing when you're turning. You don't want all the weight up top. You want more or less the weight down towards the bottom. So this way, when you are crawling, if you're crawling up a steep incline, what happens if you have all the weight up here, what usually happens is the rock crawler will have a tendency just to flip over. So you want to get most of your weight. I would say if you went with, just say you added weight to the front, you want to do at least like 2 to 1. So your front weight you want heavier than your rear. You don't want both the same. So if I was to go with, just say 20 ounces of weight in the front, you're going to want to put 10 ounces of weight in the rear. That's pretty much, I've been crawling for quite some time now, and you definitely want it that way. You want it 2 to 1 ratio. So you want, just say 50% in the front, 25% in the back on weight. Alright, and that's pretty much it. I will definitely have some more videos. I'm definitely going to trick this out and modify it. I do have some new designs that I'm working on, especially for front battery, a battery mount. I noticed on these mini crawlers, really the battery mount is kind of funky. A lot of people, what they do is they'll mount the battery on top of the servo, or they have a little baby battery on the front, like on the Pro. I'm going to end up probably designing some sort of plate for the front to mount your battery, which is a lot better. Alright, well, let's get off the subject of that. I will definitely get into some more tips and upgrades on the mini rock crawler down the road. Okay, so we're going to talk about right now is how to install lead weights inside the tire, not on the outside. As you can see on this crawler, I mean, I don't know if for the video you can see I got lead weights on the inside. What happens eventually, what will happen is these lead weights will fall off on the inside, and they can either get jammed up inside the CV shaft, or they just end up falling off and you lose your weights. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to remove the tire from the rim, because it is glued on the stock trucks, because they are not a true lock bead tire and rim. And we're going to install lead weights like I did in my other video. I was showing you how to install lead weights on the Pro. Now we're going to show you how to do it on the stock. Okay, what you want to do is you'll have your tire together. You know, this is your back side and that's your front side. And what you do is you only have to take apart one side. So the best thing to do is take apart the inside, not the outside. Then what you want to do is you want to remove all the screws, which are 6 screws, and you want to remove the screws. Once you remove the screws, you want to get yourself a really good sharp exact knife and be very, very careful not to cut yourself, because you can cut yourself, because it, like I said, it is a small tire, and you know, you get the knife around there. And what I did is you want to do is you want to grab the tire and just kind of roll it back, and you'll notice as you pull around the tire, some spots will be glued, some spots won't. So what I usually do is I just grab the tire on the side and kind of pull down on it, and you take your exact knife and run it right up against the rim, and you want to slightly, easily, I'll show you right here, you want to lightly, easily cut away the tire, and as you're cutting you want to pull back to give pressure, and then what will happen is you'll see that the tire will start peeling back. Okay, and you just want to go all the way around with that. Once you get all the way around, you're going to have a little bit on the lip, and what you want to do is take your knife and do the same thing. Very carefully, slowly and easy, cut away the rubber around the tire. And then what will eventually will happen is you'll have it all the way off, like this one here. You will definitely have some rubber left on here, which is no big deal. You still have your bead. If you can see, my bead's still on there. I just took my time doing it, cutting it off. You don't want to get too nuts with the knife, and you don't want to cut too much rubber off. Like I said, you want to roll it back. You don't want to just start cutting into it, because you're going to cut that bead off the tire, and the tire will be no good. So you definitely want to just do that and peel the tire off. Now this part here is a little bit tricky, but not really bad. What you want to do is turn the tire inside out. You want to just grab the tire, flip it inside out. I mean, you'll notice that there is foam inside. On the Pro there is blue foam in there. This is white foam. I prefer the white foam because it is a little bit softer than the blue foam. So now we have a inside out tire. On my other video you'll see how I measured all the weights and put all the weights around the inside of this rim. And that's exactly the way you want to do this tire, but there is no black plastic piece that goes over the top of this to hold all your weights in. So after you get all your lead weights in, which I don't have any cut up, I mean, I still got to cut mine up, is you want to take some black electrical tape. Once you get all your lead weights cut, watch my other video. It shows you how to, you know, measure it and cut all the weights and stick them all in here. The only thing different you're going to do is you're going to end up using black tape to hold all your weights in, because there is no plastic piece that holds on here. Once you all your lead weights in, you're going to take some black electrical tape. I'm going to kind of show you here because I didn't have any cut, and you just want to take your black electrical tape like that in the middle, and you want to run it around the lead weights, and I would say maybe 3 or 4 times go around with the black electrical tape, just to make sure that the lead weights stay in there. They're not going to really, once you get this tape around here and it's stuck to itself, it's not going to fall off. Alright, and that's pretty much it. Once you get the tape on there, you should be home free. Okay, so now once your tape is all on there, which it's not on this one because I didn't put my lead weights, you want to do is you want to turn the tire inside back the right way now, and just want to roll it out. Boom, there's your tire. And then what you want to do is you want to stick your foam in there. Some people do it the other way. They'll end up putting the foam in the tire first and then rolling it back on itself. You want to kind of get the foam in there correctly. Okay, once your foam is in there, make sure it's all the way around the tire itself. Alright, and what you want to do is you want to bring it back on that little lip where it was on when you cut it off. Okay, and what I do is I'll take some super glue. Let me see if I can find my glue here. You're going to take some super glue, and what you want to do is drop a couple drops around and touch the plastic of the rubber, and then let it fall in place. Hold there for a few seconds, let the glue dry. Do the same thing all the way around. Some guys do is they'll take it and they'll run a small bead of super glue around it. That's fine also. Let it dry. But make sure the super glue is dry before you put this other ring on, because you won't be able to get the tire back off. Then all you gotta do is put your ring back on and put your screws back in and put it back on your truck, and that's pretty much it. And that's pretty much it. The basics on putting lead weights in the stock mini crawler, and stay tuned for some more videos of some more tips and tricks and modifications of the Losi mini crawler Pro or the stock. Thank you guys. Take care.